U.S. President Joe Biden's administration has backed Turkey's request to purchase new Lockheed Martin Corp F-16 fighter jets along with modernization kits for existing warplanes. Biden said, "I stand ready to work with President Erdogan and Turkey on enhancing defense and deterrence in the Euro-Atlantic area." Turkey's been seeking to buy 40 new Lockheed Martin F-16s, as well as nearly 80 modernization kits for its existing warplanes from the U.S., looking to revamp and refresh its aging fleet. The deal could be worth around $20 billion. But Turkey was in line to acquire F-35. An F-16, while being a great platform, is no match to the stealth jet. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why Turkey is getting F-16 instead of F-35. Let's get into the details. Turkey had more than 100 F-35s on order. It had already received 2 F-35s. Not only this, being one of the major partners, it was responsible for the production of certain components of F-35 and would have provided maintenance support to other European customers of the jet. Turkish companies are responsible for 937 parts used to build the F-35, and 400 of these were supposed to be solely sourced from Turkish firms. It's to be noted that Turkey is not only an important player in the F-35 program, but is also an important NATO member. NATO is a bloc formed mainly to defend against the Soviet Union. But as Turkey signed and eventually acquired S-400 air defense system from Russia, it was ejected from the F-35 deal. There are 3 main technical reasons that prevented F-35 sales. 1. NATO as an organization wants to have interoperability, so the Russian system will be out of place and reduce tactical flexibility. 2. When Turkey operates the jets in the airspace, which is monitored by S-400, S-400 would be able to gather technical data such as the radar signature of F-35s. This could potentially pass onto Russian hands and would undercut the main advantage of F-35s, that's stealth. 3. S-400 could be hooked to Turkish air defense as part of an integrated air defense setup. This could be a major security breach, as having the S-400 linked into Turkish defense networks could potentially give Russian analysts access to sensitive information that passes through the cloud-based multinational Autonomic Logistics Information System, ALIS, of F-35s. ALIS has critical mission data and flight routes. Several important people had expressed reservations after Turkey signed the deal for S-400. U.S. Army General Curtis Scaparrotti, the head of U.S. forces in Europe, told a Senate Armed Services Committee, "My best military advice would be that we don't then follow through with the F-35, flying it or working with an ally that's working with Russian systems, particularly air defense systems, with what I would say is probably one of the most advanced technological capabilities." NATO Allied Air Commander General Todd Walters had stated, "Anything that an S-400 can do that affords it the ability to better understand a capability like the F-35 is certainly not to the advantage of the coalition." Support from the Biden administration came after Turkey lifted its opposition to Sweden's NATO bid. Turkish President Erdogan said that his country's ratification of Sweden's NATO membership bid and the sale of F-16 jets are not to be linked to each other. He made the comments before leaving for the NATO summit in Vilnius. Erdogan is expected to hold further discussion with Biden at the meeting on the purchase of F-16 fighters. But the sequence of events indicates that a desperate Turkey had no other options after it was ejected from the F-35 program. Last year, Turkey stated that it's no longer planning to purchase Russian-made Su-57 and Su-35 fighter aircraft. The Su-57 and Su-35 fighters were initially thought to be strong contenders for the Turkish Air Force's key role in the future. It's believed the technical deficiencies in Russian jets, like low-power radars, compelled Turkey not to go for them. It's evident that Turkey had little maneuvering room, and even for F-16 it had to make a U-turn on its earlier position regarding Sweden's entry into NATO.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.